This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so good morning team in this Databricks Data Engineer Master Program. So in today's session, we will talk about Databricks coding interview question and answers. So the first question that we are going to solve today is, okay, so this is the date of occurrence and the current state of the events. Just imagine, so there is a daily pipeline is running. Okay, so daily pipeline is running and pipeline date and status. Where we will get these details? So generally, if your notebook is running or data factory pipeline is running, these details will be logged into the log table. If you remember, we discussed after successfully running the notebook from the data factory, notebook returns some output. Whatever it returned, that output, then load date, URL, notebook URL, run output, data factory name, pipeline ID, everything we logged into the table. Just imagine you have a pipeline run date, or you can say date of occurrence is nothing but when this particular pipeline is ran. And when the pipeline is ran, what is the status? Status is completed for the December 1st, December 2nd, December 3rd. Pipeline is failing from December 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Again, pipeline started running successfully from the 8th. Now what we want, because if you look at this, it is very difficult for us to understand, we need to go through each and every record to understand. That's why, so I want to just in order to show the stats with higher management. So this is the overall dashboard, how the pipeline is running since last 1 year or in last month. So what I want to do, I want to convert this particular, so this particular given data set of events with the timestamp and the corresponding state. So what you need to do is, the data set contains a multiple rows where each row represents an event with a timestamp and a state. State can be either a completed or failed. So what we need to do is, the task is to group the consecutive occurrences of the same state and return the following columns. Consecutive occurrences. Consecutive occurrences means these three is the consecutive occurrences which comes into a one group. These four are a consecutive failures that will come into a one group. And again, it started success or successing, right? It is just started becoming a correct, like completed. So this is a different status. Again, this will come into the next group. So now what we want to do is, you need to derive three things. One is current state of the event, whether state is completed or failed. So the current state of the event you should have in each group. So within this group, you should have a current state. Current state is the state is completed. So from when to when, so start date is, you see within this group, start date is December 1st. What is the end date? End date is the December 3rd. Everybody understood him? First, you need to understand the task. What we need to do is, the task is to group the consecutive occurrences of the same state. This is a one group, this is a one group, this is a one group, because this is a consecutive occurrences of the same state. Consecutive occurrences of the same state. Once you created a group, from this group, you need to take the status. Okay, state of the event. The state of the event is, for example, in this completed. So what is this consecutive occurrences, right? Within this consecutive occurrences, what is the minimum date? Minimum date is December 1st. So what is the maximum date? December 3rd. So that is nothing but a start date is the December 1st, end date is the December 3rd. So that's what we want to derive is, for every group, status is completed from 2024 December 1st to 2024 December 3rd, it is completed. Again, it failed from the December 4th to December 7th continuously. Again, it started success, like it started completing from the December 8th. Understood, Tim? Everybody understood this?
Yes, Connie.
Okay. So this is what we want to derive. You can say, for example, if the state is completed on the December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, the output should have a start date of a December 1st and end date of a December 3rd for the completed state. So same you can able to see here. Please try to understand the first question. Once you understand the question, we will solve this particular question. Everybody understood? Okay. Now, how we will know that? Okay, first question to all of you is, how we will know that next row also is having a same state? Next row is also having a same state. How we can able to compare? So in order to compare the next row data with the previous row, you have a two choices. Either you need to send this to here, or you need to send this to here. Okay, tell me how you will compare this. Now let's say I want to basically compare this particular statuses, and I want to identify the consecutive occurrences of the same state. For example, if it is a completed, this is a consecutive. Here state is changed means it's a different group. Now how I will identify? So I need to compare whether, okay, so this is a, let's say, if I just access this completed to the next row, if I access this to the next row, if I access this to the next row, now you see this is a completed. Here this row came to here, this is completed, here status is completed, so it's a consecutive still. So again this row came here, this is completed, so it's a consecutive. So we can say that these three are a consecutive. Next this comes here, failed is equal to completed, no, so meaning it is not a consecutive. So if some state is changed, so we can consider it as a different group. So now how to solve this? Let's directly enter into the hands-on lab. So I just put step-by-step process. So same content you can see. So these are the date of occurrences and current state of event. So I'm just converting that into like this, start date and end date. Now the first thing that we are doing is we are creating a data frame, right? You can just import the call function. Okay, so this is the data, these are the headers, and with the help of the data and the columns, I'm just creating a data frame and I'm displaying the data frame. Okay, I already created even the cluster is ready. We can just execute this. So it just status is waiting. Let's wait for some time, it will just complete it in some time. Okay, now what we want to do, so we want to access the previous, sorry, I want to access a previous row data into the next row here. So that's why I'm using something called lag function. So right, we discussed about lag. What lag does? What lag does, tell me. Hmm? Lag,
Compare with the previous.
it is not comparing, it is just bringing next record status. Okay, meaning what we are doing is we are accessing the this previous row, previous record status into the next record status. Okay, next record. So you see what will happen when you apply lag of current state of events. So first thing that you need to understand here, so we already discussed all these things. Okay, window dot order by timestamp of occurrence means first I am keeping the data in the same order, then I am applying the lag of current state of event means this one. If it is a lag means this like this particular data comes here, this record will come here, this record will come here, and so on. I am just accessing the previous row value into the next row. Okay, now let's say next record status. If you see now, completed, I'm just accessing here. This completed, I'm accessing next here. This completed, I'm accessing here. Okay, next failed, I am accessing here. Failed, I am accessing here. Failed, I am accessing here. So failed, I am accessing here. Everybody understood? Okay, now tell me, if you compare any string with the null, what will happen? If you compare any string with the null, what happens?
Gives null only.
Okay, it is always false. Okay, that is what. If you try to compare a value to null, any value to null, it always return the false, because null signifies the absence of any value, and comparison to null result in an unknown outcome which is handled as a false. So that you should understand. Now what I am doing, very careful observe. So this is the data frame 1. Now I am checking whether this completed is equal to this. This completed is equal to this. This completed is equal to this. This failed is equal to this. This failed is equal to this. So I'm just trying to compare that. Okay, just execute this now. Okay, so when function we need, I just remove there. So I'm just importing the when function again. You know when also how it will work. When will work condition. If the condition is true, put the value, otherwise it will go into this condition. Now as we discussed, completed and null. So whenever you compare the some value with the null, always condition is false. So that's why this condition will become a false. It went into otherwise, and it is giving it as a 0. And completed is equal to completed. Yes, so completed not equal to completed, it is false, again 0. Completed not equal to completed, again false, 0. So failed not equal to completed, yes, condition is true. See, when this condition not equal to this condition is true, I am putting a 1. So I am putting a 1 here. Okay, next here we know that failed. So failed equal to failed, the condition is false, 0, false, 0, false, 0. So completed failed, it is a 1, meaning we can understand here, from here to here it is a status 1. Whenever status is changed, you see we are getting a number 1 here. Whenever state is changed, we are getting a status flag as a 1. Everybody understood? Whenever state is changed, we are getting a flag as 1. So how we are getting a flag as 1 whenever status is changed? We accessed the previous row value into the next row and we compared. So wherever it is matched, we are just considering as a 0. Wherever it is not matching, we are considering it as a 1. Everybody understood?
Yes.
Okay. Now this next record status we have derived for what? Just for comparison. Now no longer this column is required, so I'm just dropping it. So we have a final columns what we really need it. So these are the columns we know. We know that the status is changed from here, that's why 1. Again status changed from here, 1. Now what we wanted to do, now have you heard about the cumulative sum tip? Running total, cumulative sum. Have you heard about it? So what it means is you need to sum the previous values. Okay, so within this group, if you compare, it is a 0 0 0, so 0 only will be there. So if you compare here, the sum of this group is 1, so you have to put 1 1 1 1 here. So whenever you are putting this particular sum of this, plus you need to take the previous sum. Previous sum is 0, this sum is 1, so here it will commit as a 1 1 1. Cumulative sum. So cumulative sum means, you see this is a grouping. Okay, so within this group, when you say sum of status flag, what will happen team here? So it is very simple. So 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 1 1. So 1 plus 0 1, 1 plus 0 1, 1 plus 0 1, 1 plus 1 2. Understood? That's so. So all the previous values we will be summing. Are you getting team? So see. So cumulative sum means, for example, you have 1 2 3. What is the cumulative sum? Here 1, this is a 3, this is a 6. Understood? Because so 1 1 only. So 1 plus 2 is nothing but a 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is nothing but a 6. Similarly here, so 0 will be there as it is. 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 1, 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 1, 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 1, 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus this 1. Again 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0 0 0 plus 1 means it is coming it as a 2. So in order to do the running total, sum of status flag we need to do. But how? So how the summing should happen is based on the same order, timestamp of occurrence. So you put the date in the same order. So once you put this particular timestamp of occurrence in same order, then I can able to submit. Understood team? Now you see what will happen. So 0 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 0 0 0, what, like all these things. See, you can simply come like submit with the previous value. 1 plus 0, 1 plus 0, here sorry, here down you need to do it team. Okay, 0 plus 1 is 1. So already 1 is there. So already 1 is there. 1 plus 0 1. So 1 plus 0 1, 1 plus 0 1, 1 plus 1 2. Are you seeing team? See, this is the running total result is this 0. 0 plus 0 again 0. 0 plus 0 again 0. 0 plus 1 1. 1 plus 0 1. 1 plus 0 1. 1 plus 0 1. 1 plus 1 2. Are you able to understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now you see, once you have done like this team, now your job is very easy. Okay. Here you have a two things. Okay. So if you do group by this particular column, current state of event, so these three records come into one group, these four records come into one group, this record come into the one group, isn't it? If I say this df4 dot group by status flag by group, comma current state of event, meaning completed 0, completed 0, completed 0, meaning these three record will form a one group, these four record will form one group, this is a one group. Once it is formed this group, I am taking a minimum timestamp of occurrence. So within this group, what is the minimum time? 1201. So what is the maximum time? 1203. Similarly, within this group, what is the minimum time? 1204. What is the maximum time? 1207. So within the final group, what is the minimum time, maximum time? Minimum time is this, maximum time is also this. Okay, you can put this way, you will get the expected result. You see 0 status, which is a completed from December 1st to December 3rd. So group 1, so which is a failed, so 12th, December 4th to December 7th. Next status is December 8th to December 8th only. Okay, this is min max you can able to use if your date is not in a proper order. But let's say if your date is in a proper order, you can also use the first and the last, meaning so within this group, what is the first date, what is the last date, that will become a start date and a end date. First date will become a start date and the last date will become a end date. You can see this way also you can get it. You can use a first and the last, or you can use a min and max to get those things. Are you able to understand the first question? Very simple. We accessed the previous record value into the next row. We compared. We generated the flags. So whenever the flag is 1, we understood that the status is changed. Status is changed. After that, to get this into the different groups, we just done a cumulative total running total we have executed. So what happened? So this will become a 0, this will become 1, this will become a 2. So we got some kind of a group IDs. This is a 0 group, this is a first group, this is a kind of a second group. With the help of running total, we are able to get the group ID. And that group ID, now group ID and status, based on that, if I group by, and I can get the what is the minimum date, what is the maximum date, minimum date, maximum date, minimum date, maximum date. Understood? So same thing we can also achieve it using the first and the last. So this is how you need to achieve this first question answer thing. Okay. So total 4 questions we need to solve for today. So that's why I'll be moving on to the, yeah. So finally, let's say if you don't want status flag by group, this group ID you don't want, you can remove it and you can just see the result like this. Understood? Everybody understood this? So this is the status what we need.